Nadia told me to go to therapy. Rude, but fair. So I go to therapy and the therapist says her name's Teresa. And I'm like, Theresa May, and she doesn't laugh. And she's like, so you're here about belly buttons? And I'm like, yeah, it's me, belly button bitch. And she's like, let's unpick that. So I just give her the basics. Belly buttons have been ruining my life. I shit myself a lot and it's become a problem with my girlfriend, Nadia, hence therapy. And she passes me her laptop. She says, press play. And I'm like, and she's like, it's a video about belly buttons. And I'm like, it's actually a phobia though, like I have a phobia. And she's like, I know. So I watch her watch me. Welcome to hell, Teresa. Before I know it, Teresa's told me I have a fundamental dislike of myself and I'm on my way. I get to Nadia's. I'm fuming. All I want to do is watch High School Musical, the series. And I said that to Nadia. But she said she wants to listen to a podcast. So we listened to a podcast. And Nadia keeps nodding at me. And this podcast, it's Dolly Alderton Posh with Vanessa Kirby Posh, talking about love and intimacy. And Nadia keeps nodding at me. And it's a, just like you, nods. So the Posh people are like, intimacy and commitment are the most important things. And Nadia's like, nod. I'm really learning what intimacy really is. Nod. And I'm like, can we stop the podcast? And she makes a face. And I'm like, I just don't feel like listening to a podcast. And she makes another face. So I just say, can we please just watch High School Musical, the series? So I get up, go get the remote, and she says, I've just had an idea. I'm reading this book, Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. Dolly writes a list of everything she knows about love in every chapter at that point in her life. Wouldn't it be cute if we wrote our own lists, completely honest lists, about everything we know about love right now in this moment, us? She says, we don't have to share them with each other, it's just for us. I say only if we can watch High School Musical, the series after. I set my timer for 5 minutes, grab my paper, grab my pen, and I just let rip. And it's actually quite fun. I wouldn't tell her that though, I don't want to encourage her. Beep, 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 done. And I go to grab the remote and she says, let's read them to each other. And I'm like, and she's like, I only said we wouldn't read them to each other so you'd be completely honest writing your list. So I smile and I pass her my list. I let her read it because I want an honest relationship. Everything I Know About Love by Beca. 1. It doesn't exist. I let her read it because I knew it would crush her. Continue. She keeps reading. 2. It's reserved for other people. 3. Love requires sex, and if you can't have sex, you can't have love. 4. It doesn't count if it's unrequited. 5. No one actually wants it. They just want to have sex, and you can only have sex and not be a slut if you have sex with someone you love. 6. To be in love with someone, you've got to love every part of them. That's impossible. Not every part of someone is lovable. 7. Some people just aren't capable of loving. She's tearing up. Good. I snatch back my list. 8. It's embarrassing. It's exclusive. It's unreachable. It's not worth it. 9. Effort. So much effort. The search, the upkeep, the disposal. 10. Disposable. Everyone's disposable. 11. She doesn't like you as much as she says she does. 12. Everyone will eventually hurt you, even when they say they won't, especially when they say they won't. I take my list, give her a nod, and give her a top tip. Babes, if you want an honest relationship, try not being a manipulative cunt. I listen to angry songs for when you're really pissed all the way home. I decide to rile myself up even more. I listen to the rest of the podcast. I want to hear what she really thinks about me.
But I always remember someone saying to me quite early on, like, they can be, just view it as like a metaphor, as like a, so you can be lying down, you can be kneeling up, you can be sitting up, and you can be standing up. And you will attract and be with the person that's on your level. So if you want to be with somebody that's standing up, you've got to get to standing up.